Hi everyone, welcome to Marianne's Mystic Mentions. I'm Marianne. Welcome to your January 2022, or it could be 2022, right? I gotta say it so it feels easy. It's still new and I love it. I absolutely love it. I loved it from last year, even saying it, because it's a 6 year. Oh, there's so much to say, but what I will say is that I had read for the first 6 signs and right at the beginning of the month, and Happy New Year. And then I had said I wasn't going to be doing a mid-month. Well, today is January 12th, and I'm laughing inside, and I've been laughing outside actually, because we've had Venus retrograde in your sign, Capricorn. We are in your sun season. Happy birthday to every Capricorn from the 21st, I believe, of December through the 20th of this month, January. It's your time. It's your solar return. We had this beautiful new moon in your sign once again on the 2nd, which just started it up for certainly Capricorns, but for all of us in ways that had to do with being practical and, focused and grounded and deeply emotional when it comes to our relationships, all forms of relationships. That's what Venus is about. And money. Venus is about money. Venus is extremely feminine energy. It's very sensual. It is definitely magical, and it creates such incredible serendipitous kind of meetings and things that they're miraculous, quite frankly. So when it's retrograde, it's more of an internalizing, okay? You're really focusing on things that matter to you in the category of finances, in the category of relationships, like probably more than you have in many years. And I don't know the reasons for all of that, because everybody's individual, but Venus will do that. And so whatever is occurring and what's happening, it can totally strengthen these relationships of all forms. It doesn't have to be romantic, remember. Self, of course, relationships, being truthful with yourself, what is your worth, is extremely important. Venus rules the signs of Libra, so I think balance is very important for everything you're doing, and always is, and be more in tune with that. Your everyday, day-to-day things. Capricorns are hard workers, so sometimes they will burn the midnight oil, right? And you know what I'm talking about. And you're extremely good at whatever you do. You have that mentality, you have that Saturn-ruled aspect to you that just nose to the grindstone, serious kind of nature that's like, I'm not going to stop till it's done, and I know it'll take some time, and I know I'm going to be patient, and I'm going to really persevere, okay? That's your status quo. That is what you represent. That's your archetype. And you are the goat, and they climb the highest of mountains, and they get to the other side one way or another. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not saying they're having a great time all the time, but they know it's going to happen. They're not going to stop. So what a beautiful, beautiful kind of leadership quality. You are a cardinal sign, so that does represent leadership. It does represent starting things and pioneering things and kind of, being the beginning and the person who first does whatever it may be. And people look at you and you're a leader, and they love that. And during retrogrades, which by the way, we also have Mercury retrograde starting because it's the 12th now, on the 14th through the 3rd or so of February, the whole month, which is why I said I wasn't going to be doing a mid-month, and here I am, due to things out of my control because of the retrograde, because of something I understand and I know, and I don't try to fight it because it doesn't do any good. When it takes a day or more to upload one video, you think, okay, well, I'm not going to stop, but I definitely have that beautiful, powerful energy coming from you. Thank you, Capricorn. You just try and try again, basically. But it's okay, because the whole month, no matter when you watch this, is going to be relatively about the retrogrades, and it's going to be about the new moon, as I said. So writing down those intentions and putting out that energy of, it doesn't matter if I'm being held back or there's blocks or there's delays. I can still write down my intentions. I can still feel and visualize and imagine what is coming up. It's the beginning of the year, for heaven's sakes. I would rather it happen like this and then hit the ground running starting next month. Though Venus is going to be in your sign, Capricorn, for an extended period, which is unusual. And so it'll have the shadow period once it goes direct on the 29th, I believe, of January, and then it'll stay in your sign through the shadow period through March 3rd. So Venus it's pretty beautiful and loving, and it can make you feel good. Let's just say you weren't feeling great and you've been run down. Who hasn't, right? And all that just starts to, you can feel it in your cells and in your mind and your spirit. You're like, whoa, I feel the momentum now. It's coming back. And it's a little bit of it's been retrograde for some time, so it'll take that time to kind of let the dust settle. But it's fabulous. And also in retrogrades, people can come back into your life. It's pretty crazy how often that happens. It's not something that's made up. And it doesn't have to be romantic once again, but it certainly can. So there you go. When Venus is starting to go forward, you're like, oh, hello. Hadn't seen or thought about you in years. Coincidence? I think not. So prepare for that if that's something you're interested in. And then even if you're in a relationship, it could be really just changing, like most I've ever known and have been in. You're continually evolving, right? It's continually having changes, and hopefully it's always going to be, that just builds it and makes it stronger. You know, the foundation is going to be just filling that security and that stability to it. So I like it a lot. So that's basically, why I wasn't really feeling too terrible about not having a mid-month reading, though these are basically mid-month, the remainder of the signs. Excuse me. But I'm going to pick your highlighted connection. And this is what Spirit wants you to know about. A person, a feeling, an energy that's going to be important to you. And I don't know why. I'm just the messenger, right? So I do it right in front of you. So for you, beautiful Capricorn, your highlighted connection, and even if you don't feel or resonate with this right away, give it some time, okay? Because it's quite surprising how, or you could have this particular sign in your chart. Of course, we have every sign in our chart, but some are more predominant, and that might be the case for you. So let's see what your beautiful highlighted connection is for you this month of January 2022. Whew, it feels good to say that. Oops. All right, Spirit, what do you have in mind? Cancer. Well, first of all, that is your polar opposite. And you can see it right here on my beautiful astrology board. Here's Cancer, and there you are. And the polar opposites in any category, because every one of us on the astrology wheel has one. There's always this kind of pull. It's an opposition that actually is very, very useful and important and complementary a lot of times, because the diversity highlights the strengths in each of ourselves that we can join together and share and learn from. So that's pretty beautiful. And then also the full moon on the 17th, right around the corner next week, is in Cancer. So this is important. Something around this full moon is really going to culminate, which is usually what full moons do. Not always, because anything that ends starts something else. New moons are usually for the beginnings. But the culmination of the view, the light is going to be shined on something that's extremely heart-centered and emotional for you. And I want to say in a positive way. I think it's going to be a gentle one for you. I love the elements of earth and water together. They're very, very helpful and very synergetic. It's a good energy together. It's easier than other elements together. Let's just put it that way. And I would be remiss not to mention that Jupiter, the benevolent planet that was in your sign last year, no, it wasn't, 2 years ago, I apologize. It was in Aquarius all last year until the 29th of December went into Pisces. Pisces is one of the most love, heart-centered, romantic, sensitive, psychic, intuitive, spiritual, creative, inventive, fantasy, all of the beautiful aspects that we feel when we're happy and we're creating and we're doing things, and it's going to be so evident to so many of us through May anyway, when Jupiter will then move into Aries till October. I'll talk more about that. Any water sign is going to feel it. If you're in tune to the messages that may come through your dreams or daydream or night dream, through so many different avenues. It could be through a song you hear somebody talking and you pick up on a specific, word or a person's name or something, and then you then hear later on that that person, this serendipitous kind of very, very perfect, miracles, basically. Words are leaving me right now. Go figure with the retrogrades, right? That's a huge part of it, but the communication mishaps and misunderstandings, but you get my point, I'm sure. So there's a lot of love here. And, Cancers are moon ruled, so that is their ruling planet. So they're all about the cycles. They understand that they feel energy very, very well. That when they have a hunch, you want to listen to it. They are there to protect those that they love dearly. They love their homes. They're known as homebodies. A lot of water signs during, the time 2020 and stuff, when we had to be home more. They actually really adapted well, I think, than other elements. But not all, of course. It depends on what other elements are in their charts. But either way, I love this for you, and it tells me that if it's not a person that you're already actively resonating or connected with, it could be somebody coming in, and it could definitely just be that beautiful full moon that's illuminating something of great importance to you. And I would say love, absolutely having to do with love. What with Venus, and then, the heart-centered aspect and the love that matters so much to a Cancer. So let me be the 4 categories that will have to do with this highlighted connection, but with every one of your love connections of all forms, all inclusive. And this is a beautiful deck that I got for Christmas that I absolutely love. I like to change my decks from beginning to mid-month readings, and being as this is the only reading, I'm going to be using this now, and I'll definitely be bringing it back. It is the Light Seers deck. It feels good. It has great illustrations, and it's had some beautiful readings. Now remember, the readings are really just absolutely about inspiring you, sending messages and guidance and, possible invitations to see things in a different perspective. But it's never saying that this is the absolute and, this is the end all to be all. It's always your participation and your belief and so forth. It's a co-creation at all times. So the first category for you, beautiful Capricorn, is the category of overall energy leading you to the reading. And you have the Magician. And this isn't the first time it's come up, but it is in the first, category. So I always love the Magician. I've had a brother that passed away, who is a world-renowned magician. So boy, was he amazing. Was he a master? This is a master of your mind, your heart, your soul, your being, okay? It's about knowing that you have everything it takes in this lifetime to accomplish and to create and to manifest what it is you truly want. You have all the tools we all always have. But to hear that sometimes is so important. And to get this upright, if it were reversed, it would be more of a kind of a jokester, maybe not, a trickster, I should say, not something of that nature, but that's not happening. This is the real deal and the positive energy of knowing we do create our life. We do, every moment and every thought. And you are really you're very steadfast right now on something that you want to achieve this year and onward. And I think it could be a continuation. But even with this delay and the possible, setbacks for the next, most of the month through, like I said, mid-February, definitely. You're not giving up. You are going to be diligently feeling it, thinking about it, writing down your plans, revisiting, doing the detail work, and knowing that everything can come exactly as you want, but also allowing for a different way to have it happen in the end. And I love this as the first overall energy. I just do. And that represents, like I said, the whole month. Now, mind you, we still have the influences of the Taurus full moon on the 19th of November and the new moon in Sagittarius, December 4th. That'll continue on for months. So conversations, and Taurus is your fellow earth sign. So Taurus it's a heavy hitter this year. The series of eclipses will be in Taurus and Scorpio now for the next year and a half. So that's huge for you too, because Taurus is the money sign. Taurus loves luxury. Taurus is ruled by Venus. So of course, any Venus ruled sign right now is definitely feeling this effect of Venus in retrograde. So it's really an inside job, and I think there's a lot to be discussed about that, so that you clear the way and you purge things out of your life that are absolutely not necessary. And I didn't mean to digress, other than to say that you got this, you're in charge, and believe that, and achieve whatever it is you really want. Okay, you've done it several times. I know you know about this. You are a very successful oriented sign. The second category is that of possible blessings or obstacles. And you have Temperance. And here we have, Sagittarius in Mars is in the sign of Sagittarius. Now, Mars is the fiery planet of aggression and, and the warrior, the masculine. And here we have Venus, the most feminine planet, in your sign all this time. So you're getting that balance, that temperance within and without. And that's something that Sagittarius, which is what this card represents, is extremely capable of, but likes to share and teach others the absolute importance of alchemy, how we can change water to wine, how we actually have that gift. They know it, they believe it, they're Jupiter ruled, they have magic happening around them all the time. They're always in the right place at the right, I shouldn't say always, many times I have found Sagittarians are just, they have the Midas touch. You see the balls in the hand of the good and the bad, of course, weighing those out too, because there's always going to be challenges. And challenges, like for you, are considered, opportunities. Like you get it, you're Saturn ruled once again. It's like, bring it, I'll get through it in one way or another. That's it. End of story. I love this. I find that this is really a blessing for us to keep and to know that when we're keeping temperate and moderate and we're kind of even tempered about things, life goes a lot smoother. We're not forcing things to occur like with retrogrades, okay? And just being chill, basically, and allowing nature to take its course. You love nature, you get that, you understand the sensuality and the natural parts of life that are so beautiful and always readily available to us, such as sitting and just being still and then listening intently on messages or guidance that comes to you. Okay, and allowing that to happen maybe by going out into nature and taking your little vacation, which is, I know it's tough for you, but everyone needs them. I think this would be a perfect time during your birthday season. So I love that as well. I feel the luck in there too by doing that. Something beautiful that you're creating with this magician energy that you're definitely holding. And there's always much more magic during your birthday season, and asking for those gifts and those wishes to culminate for yourself. Don't be afraid to ask, okay? It's important that you do. Third category is that of finances. You love it, it's important, and you want that stability, and you want to invest in the right things that'll get that passive thing happening, where we have this passive flow, and there's never a limit on it. That is a total mindset and belief that I grew up with. And listen to some of I have the beautiful deck from Abraham, Jerry and Esther Hicks. The teachings of that will change your energy and your life from the inside out, and it'll make it so that you recognize there is no cap, there's no glass ceiling, there's no reason to feel that there's scarcity. And the more you believe that, the more you will receive amazing things. So for your finance card, it could be money, but it could also be what you consider to be wealth. You have the Seven of Swords. So this is interesting, and it's a beautiful depiction. I've not picked this card yet. But generally, the Seven of Swords, and it's really kind of cute. It is on the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. It's kind of comparable. You have this person, and he's got these 7 swords, right? Swords are the air signs. They are the Aquarians, the Geminis, and the Libras, okay? So once I said Venus is the ruling planet of Libra, once again, you want to make very sure that you're speaking properly. With these retrogrades, you're going to be misunderstood. Don't take it to heart. Don't kid yourself into thinking something is going to happen that won't necessarily be happening unless you're absolutely sure. I would hold off and wait. People could be kidding you or not being completely honest with you. They could be leaving your life, or you could be leaving someone else's life due to the fact that you're done with that. Like you want out of this kind of inauthentic energy. Because, when it comes to the air signs, They are very straightforward a lot of times. They're pretty detached as far as their emotions go. They're going to be straightforward. They're going to be truthful. They're going to be fair. They're going to cut away all the extra emotion involved. It's going to be, here it goes. And if you don't feel that from anybody for any reason and your gut is telling you that there's something not right, in regards to your money, in regards to your business, somebody that doesn't have your back, basically, be very clear and stand true to what you're hearing, okay? As I mentioned, you are not wrong at this point. The energy of Pisces is so brilliant when it comes to our ability to understand and to hear and to know and to be perceptive, okay, and psychic. So this is going to be a very, very large theme for all of us. So yes, there could be somebody, but it could be you kidding yourself, and you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that when it comes to your money and your stability. I know you, and I understand. Nobody would. So if there is that person that's, you think, feeding you some untruths about where you should invest your money, or, oh yeah, buy this, what do they say it is, buy this land, swamp land in Florida. No, ask other people, get several opinions, okay? And know that this could very well, like I said, be you kidding yourself into thinking, oh yeah, they're being truthful. I've heard people saying that. No, listen to what you say. Please don't allow yourself to be swayed by other people at this time. This is a very introspective time, and you want to really be very clear on what your needs are and what you're feeling specifically. And it's going to be better for everybody in the end anyway. So that's important. And I have not gotten that yet, but I love it because it's just allowing you to, forearmed, forewarned, right? And I like that. So maybe you know what I'm speaking of, but just be safe. Be extra cautious, double check and get with your identity and all that, make sure that you've got things like that safe. And I actually had somebody, who was posing as me on Instagram, and it was just like embarrassing, but it's, they're asking my friends and everybody for money. Interestingly enough, they didn't spell my name properly, and it wasn't the same number, and I wouldn't do it that way anyway. Most people know that, but they did question me, and they did inform me of it, and I said, oh, yeah, no, that's not me, sorry. I'm like, oh, no problem, and they said, I just wanted to make sure. That sort of thing could come through too. So the final category is the surprises and wishes category. With Uranus, the planet of unpredictability, freedom, out of the box, unconventional, like let's make this happen in science and technology and medicine and all that. That's what it rules, Uranus. And then the masculine, like bam, right out of the blue, you just like something changes in a heartbeat, and you're like, what? Like clear out of it. You didn't see it coming. That's Uranus is the ruling planet of Aquarius. That's the next season we're entering into on the 20th. So there could be a lot of that happening still. And then also, Uranus is in the sign of Taurus, and it will be there for a lot more time. It's been there for 3 years. It kind of, interestingly enough, hit before, COVID and everything, and it definitely has to do with Earth and affecting us and unexpected things having to do with medicine and health and all that. So you can put all that together. It's phenomenal how accurate astrology is when we follow it and we know what we're looking for as a guideline, and then what we choose to do about it or not. So your surprises and wishes, could be a lot of surprises coming up, but I want to say they're going to be phenomenal, and you can create them yourself. You don't have to rely solely on the unexpected, right? You can plan and make that your own special dreams. And you have the 8 of Cups, second person in this position. So I love it a lot because it's once again the emotion. It's the Cancers, it's the Pisces, and it is the Scorpio. And there's a lot of that to be had right now. And we need to listen to our emotions. We need to feel, really feel. Because I think a lot of us were just honestly in shock. And I think a lot of the grieving and everything that's still going on, clearly, needs to be felt in order to get past it. And everyone's different on the time and everything else, but what this is showing is you're walking away from that and you're ready to be healed, and you're already healed, most of you. And the healing aspect of Pisces in Jupiter is, it's like no other sign. So this is the time to make that happen. Maybe you have a specific ailment. I'm not a doctor. Get it checked out and get it taken care of. That's what I'm doing this year. It's not fun. I don't really want to, but I'm going to, because I see the other side. You see the sun rising in the distance. You're walking towards all that you want, and you're leaving behind you a lot of the emotions you had to feel, you were feeling, and now it's time to, you know, rise above like the phoenix, and the beautiful aspect of energy of Scorpio, for heaven's sakes, transformational, you know, death, birth, rebirth, starting over. How many times do we do that in our lifetimes when you think about it? How many times do we have jobs that are new, or people we meet, or move to another location, you know? I mean, all that's possible for you. I think it's a beautiful, beautiful year for you. And this Venus in your sign to start, I mean, that says a lot, because I think love is, like I've always said, and I'm never ashamed to say it, love is the most powerful emotion we can have. And it moves mountains and it heals everything. And we need that, and we need more of it. We need to give it to others more. We need to receive it more. And this is a year. Thank you, Pisces. So whether you want to or not, you might be crying at commercials like I've been. I mean, your emotions were going to be, they're going to be right there on your sleeves. So just be prepared for it, but also enjoy it, because it's beautiful. Good cry, you know, just feeling love. Oh, the deepest kind of love. It's a beautiful feeling. It's worth all the stuff that goes along with it. So I'll finish with this wonderful oracle deck I got as well for you, Capricorn. And it's the Unshakable Inner Peace. And so for you, I'll read the message, and then there's a question at the bottom that I want you to really take in and listen and ask yourself the whole month. Because only you really have the answers to these things. So what beautiful cards these are as well. I love this deck. And then there's a little thing I'll read to you as well. But it says, it's 12, which is a 3, and that's collaboration, and that's super important. It really is. And even if you're someone that tends to do things because you do it better than everybody else, and you know, you don't mind the work and you don't mind staying longer at the office, please ask for help as well. Your true tribe can't show up until you do. Well, if that's not about collaboration, I don't know what is. So it is absolutely about the meeting of the minds and opening up to partnerships of all kinds, you know, collaboration, connection, something that's been missing for so much of us. Look at this beautiful full moon in Cancer, maybe. Maybe that's going to be the impetus. Maybe something's going to happen that's going to really just really hit you and just say, oh yeah, I'm ready. I want to be more involved with other people or one particular person. Your question is, how can you show more of the real you? Well, you're a very authentic person in my opinion, but maybe you have to put on airs for certain things. Maybe you're kidding yourself or other people, of making them thinking you're this really stern person who doesn't have fun. But I know you have a great sense of humor. Most people don't know that about Capricorns. You are so clever and a great, loving, deep person. Maybe it's down there, and this is just saying, show it, emerge, come on out, boy. Why not? What have you got to lose? You know, you might really, really be glad you did. So I really like that for you, and I love your reading. And just know that any year, of course, can be hugely about what we project and what we believe it can be. So I just offer and ask and invite you to remember that, and to want the most, and to wish for the most, and to ask for the most, and then to allow it in and to receive it, and be authentic and be real and be truthful, you know, always, to yourself and everyone else. So thank you so much. If you liked what you saw, please do push the like button. Definitely subscribe, which means follow me, because it means a lot to me. And this is the year I want to up the ante. I want to expand it. I'm putting it out there. I'm saying it. I want to grow this channel. I love doing readings. I've done them for many, many years, decades. But I want to do more private ones, and I want to really step it up and level up, as they say, and put that out there. Hope you can be a part of that. Have a beautiful birthday season. Have a beautiful start of this beautiful 2022 year. And yeah, take care. In the meantime, I'll see you in February. I hope I'll see you. Until then, bye for now.